all. How are you going? Welcome me, Rezki, here on this delightful day, on this beautiful Friday. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, arvo, evening, early hours, whatever time of the week of the world you are in. I hope you're having the most high vibrational time that you possibly can if we've not met before. Hey, g'day, I'm Rezki. How you going, mate? And I hope you're having a wonderful time while you stop in here. If you're a regular or regularly amused, I'm so glad that you've returned. We're doing something a little bit different today, breaking up the monotony a bit. I did complete all of August and etc. readings. The recovery still needs to be redone. I wasn't happy with it. It's been deleted. It will get redone. But I wanted to break up the regularity we were experiencing in the current content to bring you something a little bit delicious. So, I have a pick a card reading for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I have a pick a card reading for you today. And I have pulled out many and multiple of my oracle decks and a tarot deck to give you some beautiful messages. Now, this round of readings will give us messages from here in August of 2023 month all the way through till 2023 year's end. So we're seeing out 2023 year with a pick a card reading. Now, I have six gorgeous gemstones here for you to choose from. And each grouping will be time listed down in the comment strip that's pinned down below by me. So you can skip forward to your grouping. You can pick a few groups if you'd like. The messages will be tailored to that grouping. I will pull the oracle first, but the tarot, which will be included in it, will be pulled at the time of the reading. Okay, so we're doing both things. We're pulling on set at the time, but we're also doing preordained piles. You will understand as I travel through what I mean. Now, let's get into the grouping. So that's the first thing I need you guys to focus on. So clear your mind, sit in a relaxed state, do a little meditation for a moment, and think about it. Which grouping is for you out of these six? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is for you. Now, if you're more of a visual person like me, I've given you visual stones. So let's look. The first grouping is this beautiful white squared stone. The second grouping is this beautiful purple amethyst stone. Group 3 is this absolutely gorgeous deep green, almost like beyond an emerald stone, and it is gorgeous. Now, Group 4, oh, and this is delightful, this beautiful deep blue stone. Beautiful deep blue. Group 5, now this is lovely too. It's this beautiful orange stone. And the sixth and final grouping for the round is this beautiful deep black stone. This is blacker than the black can get. So there are your stones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pick your grouping. I'll give you a moment. Feel free to pause. And then we'll get into this 5-month pick a card. Oh, baby. Okay, group 1. Sorry, I'm just finishing off that watermelon chubba. Group 1. The white stone. You are first. All the oracle cards have been pulled except for a select few that I will pull at the end. And the tarot cards, of course, have not been pulled. Tarot will be read first. Your oracle message will that go with that will be secondary. And your bonus additionals will come after that. This is group 1 for August all the way through to the end of 2023 year. And I wish you all the very best regardless of what's on the cards. Excuse me while that goes past. Group 1, please. The white stone. As you can tell, it's beautiful whether everyone's out and about now. The white stone, the first grouping, please, for messages for August through to the end of the year of 2023. What does the first grouping with this beautiful white stone need to know? What messages of high prevalence in all regards to this group need to know now, moving forward into the end of this year? For this first grouping, the white stone. Be patient, please, ladies and gentlemen. It does take a little while for the first grouping to warm up and to get the energy through, so just give it a moment. for that white grouping, please. Thank you. For that, thank you. See what I mean? Be patient. Maybe that's part of a message here for you. Interesting. I was 5 months and I was looking at about 5 cards, thinking in my head that would be nice before I started the reading. And what do we get? We get those 5 cards. 5s, I want to say again. So I actually want to start this reading for you guys yesterday, but it's like a revolving door on that thing. I could not get a moment to even have a tizzle, let alone, tittle. Like, bitch couldn't pee in peace yesterday, so like, Look, we got everything here, except for us, no? We got everything here. We got a sword, we got a wand, we got a pentacle, we got a cup. 2 cups, 2 wand cards. I feel that's where it's at. Because the underlying energy for this 5-month period is the 10 of Cups reversed, and underneath that is the World. The undercurrent of the 5 months for this grouping, the first grouping, the white stone situated over here, is this. Some real tough realizations. That the undercurrent, the underbelly, is not bringing in that connection we wanted. It's not fulfilling us the way it should. If anything, we're at odds ends with these people, the people that we live with, our family, our friends. We're just not understanding each other or not reciprocating that same sentiment like we once did. It's like you say wrong, I say right, you say black, I say white. It is automatically a tryst in every thought or conversation when it comes to you too, or the connections around you. And with the world behind that, some of these are going to end. Most of them probably. A lot of connections, a lot of sentiment, a lot of attachment attained through maybe years, maybe a whole lifetime, is going to be reduced to an ending of cycle. It's going to reduce to the world coming into completion, running its course, and saying adieu. Some of these I feel like you're thankful for, that this is happening and it is wrapping up, and there is a sense of appreciation for the part and the course that this did take. But on the other hand, I feel like there is some resentment almost coming into this. Like, well, I didn't ask for this to end. I didn't want this to finish. I wanted to work on writing this 10 cups. I wanted to, because I still like you, or maybe I still love you, but I just can't get along with you right now. But there was a sense here of wanting to work through it. And coming into it, speaking your truth with the Queen of Swords. Like, this isn't a woman or an individual that minces their words. They've been through pain. They've been through real desolation. They don't want to go down that path. Say as you do, and make it done. Don't talk as cheap. No action is actionless. If you mean it, say it, stick to it like your sword to glue, and go through it and cut through that shit like butter. Don't make an excuse. Don't say and, if, but, or maybe. This is an individual that gets shit done. She don't need no master. She is the master. And she masters everything to a flawless result. She can come off a bit cold and a bit heartless. But by God, she gets stuff done. And she does so in a very true to form fashion. She makes no apologies. She's cutthroat. She snips any of that shit away like her mouth's scissors. The next card to follow that Queen is a 3 of Wands. Now, this is actively waiting for some sort of prosperity or ship to come in, some sort of hope, dream, something that you've worked very long and hard into, something that you have waited more than long enough for, this payoff or this appreciation or this to develop its fruit. I feel we're still waiting here, and it's getting long in the tooth, to say the least. The next card we have come through for group 1 is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Now, I'm seeing for some of you what you're waiting for was a relationship, because the next card is the King of Cups reversed. Now, I didn't want to skill too far ahead, but I do need to reiterate the fact that these cards could be very much saying that you've changed and gotten into a relationship with someone else, and it's very emotionally twisted. But I don't want to talk too much on that, because I want to just pull it back a bit. Because the Queen of Pentacles reversed on her own speaks of an individual that doesn't want to nurture anything except for her own ego, her own superficiality. This is a very superficial card of someone that does not give a shit beyond their own self's ego. They do not care for anyone else. They do not care for the growth of it. They do not care for the position of it, the income of it. They don't, that's all bullshit. I'm here for the Gucci, baby. Wrap it up. Doesn't care about the bottom dollar. Doesn't care about what it costs or what you go without or what. Damn it. Damn it. You know, they just. And with the King of Cups reverse coming in, this is someone that is very emotionally unstable, a masculine energy possibly, but this is someone that is very, very crutchy, needs you to soothe them, mollycoddle them, solve their problems for them, pack them a bottle and a nappy at night. Like, this is someone that is very much a crutch. This is a very needy individual that really does take from the they've got a lot of emotional shit going on. They can't regulate that. They may be like, well, they're just very needy, a real clinger. Like, they just, boom, they just. But what disturbs me the most is this fifth card, because this is another 10, but it is the 10 of Wands reversed. So we've got 2 10s here. This is the completion of the cycle. Because what doesn't get completed at that end, that underlying energy with the 10 of Cups reversed with that world, that's the finalization. That's the backup, booting in to make sure this goes ahead. There is plan B, C, and everything else even ready to go. I'm seeing it won't need to be activated because it will be done. But with this 10 of Wands reverse, you know, you've been so overburdened for so long as this has gone on for, whatever this attains to for you. It could be about parents, could be about relationship, children, could be 101 bloody things under the sun. So I'm not going to semanticize what it could be. You know for you what this is for you. Excuse me for a sec. And we want to release these burdens. We want to get rid of this monkey off our back. We want to de-shackle from this shackled realization of this world. But you just can't just yet. You're trying. You're pulling your quills out almost again, but you are not releasing the bond, the obligation, the curse that you're attached to right now. It's trying to grip in deeper, I want to say. Black, white, black, black, white, black, black. It's like the black is starting to overshadow the light in this 5-month period. That's why I love these cards. I would love to get another one of these decks. I cannot find them anywhere. If anyone knows where to get this deck from, or you have it in your neck of the woods, please get in contact with me. I will buy it if someone can ship it over here for me. I do love this deck. So that's the tarot for the first grouping so far. Now let's get into the part 2 of group 1's White Stones reading. We now move into the oracle side of things. That, ladies and gentlemen, got a little bit caught away in the bits and pieces of the day. We are going to go through the oracle part of the reading now for that beautiful white crystal, my darling dearest. We are going to do that now for you. So there's a few selections here of cards that were all pulled at the beginning of the reading. So first from the Wiccan we have the Magic Circle, or Magic Circle Protection, sorry. I'll explain them further in a moment. Fire, Passion, Pentacle, Respect. From the Wiccan we had the element of Earth. From the Island Time Wellness cards, we had Girl Talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. The Chaser, Chaser in a codependent relationship, dependent relationship, fear of abandonment or issue. Then we had the Engagement, ring bell. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion of union. Alright, then we're still going from the relationship. So we got keep an open mind. Soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And then we had this could be the one. You already met the romantic partner you seek. further advice, and then we go into the Titania, which is a storyline of its own. So the first card we had was Forgiveness Heals and Say You're Sorry. We'll get to these meanings in a moment. Now, we're going to start here. Titania cards are a Lemonade Oracle type deck that's of its own. These are like used like tarot cards more so than oracle cards. I love these cards. The Titania Fortune cards are like anything you ever see, and they blend a storyline on their own. And for each round, I pull cards from this particular deck, which is, as I said, one of a kind. This is a storyline of its own. Now listen very carefully, because even though there's only 3 cards, this is a storyline unlike any other. Start off with the Lily. Now the Lily for me, personally, is a very conflicting card, because the Lily explains of a time of perhaps sickness or unwell, getting back into a blooming state after some sort of real hardship. It could also be after a long sickness, and I'm not talking about like an average sickness. When I look at the Lily, I refer it to almost like a passing. So close. It's like the Lily is that of the breath of the last life, because it is so damn beautiful. It is so splendid. So there is a sense, I want to say, of coming out of a state of sickness or not feeling right or injury or some sort of respite that was forced upon due to health or mental illness. Maybe just not feeling your best. But the next from that Lily is an even more gracious card. This is the Cross. This is one of the 2 occult cards in the deck. And it speaks of something really transcending oneself. When we look at the Cross, we really are looking at our faith, our belief. And it's telling you here, without a doubt, that you have so much support, not just here at this realm, this time, this what you see, touch, and smell here right now. You have things beyond your eyes, your ears, your senses, saying that only faith could describe or put into vocalized word or theorized knowledge. It is something much more than yourself. And it's telling you that they are trying to tell you they're here. And it's time. You'll know when to really bring this forward. The third and final card is that of the Garden. Now the Garden is, again, a very interesting card, because the Garden speaks to a throwback of a time past, not really how things are set up now. Just excuse me, I will talk as we go. But it speaks of a time of a throwback when you could only have privacy with an individual and in the safety or sacredity. Sorry, I'm a smoker and I do enjoy to do that during my readings. Apologise if that's a problem for you. But I like to keep my channel very, very much me, because it is an extension therefore of. And this is what I'm like when I'm chatting shit with my friends with a coffee and a cigarette. At least you can't smell the smoke. Now, with this Garden, it's about that sense of safety or sacrality. Sanction. Sorry, tongue-tied. But it's that sense of sanction where you can only have a little privacy or a little, peace in this setup of this Garden. It can also refer to in career, being to move placement or where you're based, maybe an office change or an office room change within a building. For some of you, I want to say you're changing the aesthetics of everything, or you're needing to take sanction here with a particular, person, place, or thing, because you really just need them right now more than anything else. And this is because you know it. It's your faith, it's your belief, it's your, you know. And after coming out of this bout of sickness or not being quite yourself or 100% or however you want to put it, you want to embrace what you have, what's left. And I fully support that. I think that's really wonderful. Let's get into the rest of the oracle cards now and your meanings for the year. Let me just maneuver some of this out of the way so it's a little bit more plentiful for us. So that was the Titania. Now let's go to the Wicked Oracle, because I love these cards and I've used them many and multiple times on the channel. So the first card you had come through was the Magic Circle, which is all about protection. The need to create a safe space and be spiritually protected due to maybe spiritual attacks, others trying to voodoo on you, or just ill sentiment. Every word is an intention, is a manifestation of a spell. Now, you think through your life how many times someone has cursed you and muttered your name under their breath. I would say quite a few. My ears burn a lot too, darling. So it's time to bring that power back. Fire, passion, like the dragon. Bring forth the fire. Fire is action. Fire is passion. Fire is furiously embodies everything. It takes it. The next one I found interesting because it's all about the Pentacle. And this, however, is about respect. And I feel that's what you're doing. You're trying to protect yourself. You're bringing the passion. You're bringing the fire to the forefront. You want that desire. But there is a reminder for you with that Pentacle card to respect by which the forces may be that got you there. Or it could be just thanking more than just yourself. To be respectful and understanding of the ground by which you walk upon. Just to keep that in mind. Always be respectful and to ground yourself with the Pentacle. Let's move on to the next one now, because I love this. This is another Wiccan deck, and I love these. Your element you got is Earth. So the element Earth for group 1. Now, it's a bit of a blurb, so bear with me, because we're going to read this all together. Let's begin. The earth element governs stability, security, and material concerns, the solid foundation over which all the other elements move. Its energy is receptive, teaching the wisdom of the elder, patience, endurance, self-sufficiency, and reliability. Earth is the element of physical and material things with qualities of loyalty and reliability, keeping us grounded and secure in loving families and comfortable homes. Blessed be. Remember that Earth helps us to recognize and accept the limitations and potential of our character. Earth shows us how to take responsibility for our lives and our destiny, standing for stability and growth, word for word. And that's what I'm trying to say to you before I even read that card. It's about that security, that stability, bringing in that. The respect is for that material concern. It's about the patience and endurance, the fire, the passion of pulling through all this and keeping that momentum current. Let's go to the relationship side of things now with the Island Time Wellness cards. Well, they're not relationship, it's everything, Jim. So the first card you got was Girl Talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. And I think this is a bit of a reminder during this time to really have fun. Just go with the flow. Don't try to micromanage everything so much. The Chaser. Chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. Okay, so I see that there is either some past coming in, causing some trouble, or you questioning yourself, thinking that you need another to enjoy life because the next Card is the engagement ring. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. I feel that this is someone around you that is getting engaged, which is why you're reflecting so much on your relationships and or what you have got going on in that sector at the moment. It could be you could be booty calling, or you could be, you know, got a few suitors, none really, you know, fluff the boat. It's like, it's a bit in that area. Now let's look at the relationship side, because that's what the next cards are. So it says, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And I feel like, before I read these cards again, that what I was saying is kind of ringing true, but better explained through here. That maybe it is just time to, I don't want to say to you lower your expectations, because I would never ever ask anyone to do that, because you shouldn't do that. But be realistic in those expectations and give due course for them expectations. Like, give time. When we want things, we want them so fast and like fluent. We want it here, we want it now. We ask why it's not done. Everything's so time structured, or everyone's so time poor, and they put so much pressure therefore on, which makes it even more of an issue now than probably what it was. It's snowball effect kind of situation. Now, the last two cards before the first grouping is done, thank you so much, are a bit of a quote of their own. They have a statement and then they have a blurb, and I'll read both and then I'll do our final goodbyes. So the first card you got is forgiveness heals. Forgive yourself and others. Let go of the old story. Release any guilt and blame. Everyone is doing the best they can. This includes you. Kickstart the healing process by surrendering all the judgment and hurt. Your health and happiness will thank you. Second card is say you're sorry. Are you carrying around regret? Is there a relationship that needs healing, but you just don't know what to say? Give your pride a rest and simply start with, I'm sorry. Take responsibility and acknowledge your part in the situation. Apologize for them and apologize for you. Then let it go and be very proud of yourself. It's a huge leap forward on your spiritual path. So bravo. And I really do heed with that sentiment. You know, you can't control someone else to forgive you. All you can do is forgive yourself, forgive for them, apologize and repent for that, and make reasonable change moving forward from that to make a difference from the decision that once was that caused this rift or situation. That's all you can do. And I would advise you to do that as such. But to expect and or rely on someone else's forgiveness to you personally is not something you can ever guarantee or probably get. And you shouldn't need, because you can do that for yourself. And forgiveness heals. When we forgive, these cards went so simultaneously together, how ironic. But when we forgive, we heal. And when we've healed, we can be our true selves. We cannot truly love, not only ourselves, but another person if we have that pain or that hurt or that trauma or that sufferance. And I think that's what this is all about, Group 1. It's about forgiving, healing. Forgiveness and healing. Group 1, that's what this is really pulling through for you. And I think that Earth card hit it on the head. Well, thank you so much, Group 1. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Redsky here on Righteous Readings, and I hope you enjoyed the Pick a Group card reading today. Please leave a like if you're so kind. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment strip down below, but definitely please consider, if you've not done so already, subscribe, hit the big red, notifications to all, so you're notified every time I upload content. Thank you, Group 1. We'll now move on to Group 2, the Amethyst. Here we go. Okay, Group 2, the beautiful amethyst stone. It's your turn for your reading. Group 2, here we go. We'll pull tarot first, right now on the hop, and then we'll go through your oracle non-stop. So here we go, Group 2, yeah. Sweet, I'm feeling cool to use different tarot decks as we go through with the tarot bits, so that's nice. Oof. Oof. Oh, you kidding me? First deck did this too. I wanted 5 cards roughly because I was thinking 5 months, and it did it again for you guys. 5 cards, 5 months. Wow. Wow. Sorry, I just got to move that way. Wow. Mmm. 2 pages, 2 majors. 2 pages, 2 majors. Isn't that funny? And a 2 of swords. 2 pages, 2 majors, and a 2 of swords, and a nice swords reverse. Who the... Skelly? Excuse me. Sorry about that. Crazy Fool caught my attention. And that would be, yes, the Skittle. Skelly Skittle in person. I'm just going to quickly down these noodles that are cold, and we're going to go with the side for dinner. And then explain this cards to you, okay? Okay, group 2 with that beautiful purple amethyst stone. These tarot cards were really, they caught me off guard. Let's break it down. The underlying energy for the 5 months is the Page of Swords. You know, this is the one being extremely vigilant, looking for the reading between the lines information. The information that is less than obvious. People don't release easily. It's very much looking at the speech and the tactile nature of it, and then looking at its body language and its analytical data. Putting it all together. Here's Smokey, ladies and gentlemen, the usually extremely shy one, my biggest boy, Smokey. Hello, Smokey. I love you too, my darling. But this is being extremely vigilant, looking at it through a real stance of I want to know, I want to find out what you're trying to hide or what you don't want people to see, or what you're making very less than obvious. True intentions. And I think it's going to come to a little bit of maybe argumentative nature, because you've got the 5 of Swords underneath that, and under that is the 3 of Swords. It even leads to some realizations of heartbreak. Things that you didn't realise. Didn't realise was going to come to pass to be. Let's look at the 5 cards now for the 5 months. Start off with a major. And it's a big one. It's the Hangman inverted. When the Hangman is inverted, he is not soaking up any of the information or knowledge from all these experiences that he's had. And he's had quite a lot and many. It's a lack of putting yourself in status or in a position of silence to be able to reflect upon situations and see it clearly from, you know, the A to the Z. There's very much a skewed view here, which is not allowing you not only to not get the right perspective, but to not get the right answer. The next card that we have is the Knight of Swords reverse. Use my beautiful. Now this is lacking in the action, lacking in the bravado to move forward with something creative, idealism, some sort of idea or something you really envision. There's no action, there's no forward movement here, there's no bravery, there's no bravado, there's no acceleration, it's just stagnant. Get him! Your third card is a major arcana card. It's the sign of Libra, but it is inverted. It is the Justice reverse. Your lack of action and or movement and or say is going to put you in a real disadvantage. It's going to put you into a position, look how tall he is, where you are going to be made an example of, or you're going to really bear the brunt of the judgment here, or the outcome. It's not going to be pretty. Baby. It's not going to be fair. And it's not going to be right. It's going to be very biased, very bigotry, very severity in judgment, very caster. You know, you're going to walk across the hot coals and get very burnt. And it may not only have not been your fault. You may have had no part in this, or very little part, or it's just been a misunderstanding to the extreme point of view. The next card is another confronting one. It is the Two of Swords. This is the choice. 2 options, the fork road. Like all twos, there is a choice here. There's a duplicity here. But with the swords, it's about a decision needing to be made, an ideal system. It can also be about a relationship and having a lot of affections for an individual. That just causes you to go down a path of making bad decisions, judgments being made against you, and it's never in your favour because you're just never in the right. And the 5th and final card is that of the Page of Pentacles. Now, this is going back to the student. This is going back to the learning, and this is going back to the drawing board and saying, what skill do I need to get further in something you're doing for career, maybe some monetary goal in life, or anything it could be. But it's about being that student again, embodying the student and becoming into a place and an understanding where we need to learn and we need to become the student to do so. And you're doing it very studiously, you're doing it very diligently. And Smokey's being a little crazy. 2 page, 2 mages, the 2 of swords, and the Knight of Wands reverse is a very interesting spread, because it tells me through what you can't learn, through circumstances that have already happened that you didn't retain, that knowledge or information or blindsided it out, and what action you can't take now therefore of because you don't know what to do, you're going to be forced into a judgment or a outcome with this Justice reverse, which is going to make you reassess then 2 options and realize that you still do have 2 things that you can do and move forward in this skill-based choice or option where you really do learn through forced requirement or doing what you're going to do. Now group 2, the second part where your oracles come into it. Now I'll briefly explain as I pull them all out and we can look at them, and then I'm going to explain each one and give the overall story. So first, from the Wiccan, you had the Wiccan card Spell, which is all about manifestation. I love that. Second, the Cauldron, which is all about containment. And third is the element Earth, all about grounding. Oh, I love that. From the Wiccan, you got the cardinal points of the compass and you got the south point. From the Island Time Wellness card, you had Camera, Reminiscing, Keepsake, Perception, Learning from the Past, Make Memories, Not Enough, Frustrated in Relationship, Lack of Confidence, Self-Sabotage, Fear, Ego Issues, Jealousy. Karmic Relationship, Fleeting Triggers, Turmoil, Resentment, Lessons, Letting Go, and Loving You. From the relationship sector, we had Past Life Relationship, You Have Known Each Other Before, True Love, This is the Romance of a Lifetime. From the advice, we got Ask for Help and Listen, and this is the Titania cards. These are a story of their own. They are not exactly oracle cards and they're not tarot cards. They're a Lemonade deck. Now, these are a storyline of their own, and we will read these first and foremost because they're like another tarot reading. They really are a story for themselves. The first card you got is the Bear. Second card you got is the Rat. And the third is the Flowers. Now, this is talking all about the barriers and the things by which we feel we need to defend ourselves from. Let me explain. The Bear. Like Mother Bear, very defendant, very aggressive if you come for her cub. This particular polar bear is really talking about really needing to be big, be bold, be brave, be fearless, because something is coming that is going to require you to be. Or some sort of issue is coming up and you really need to embody this bear energy to scare it away, oogity boogity, and not let it get its foot in the door. Something big is coming towards you, whether it's a threat, whether it's legal issue, whether it's a person, place, thing, a metaphorical, whatever, but it is a big issue. It's huge. It's like the size of a bear. And it's hungry for whatever it seeks from you. And this person, place or thing, in regards to the bear, is also a rat. Now, unlike the Chinese zodiac, where rats are actually quite, good in that, not in this deck. The rat is exactly that. A little nibbler that comes in and pecks away, nibbles away at your assets, your liability, and they take away your credibility. This is someone that takes a long time to riddle you full of holes through your money, through your asset, through your house, through all aspects of life. And this might be someone that has been around you for a very long time, because then we have the flowers, which always refers to younger years, like usually young girls. The flower girl, for example, is the reflection of this card. Or being gifted flowers as an apology after a rather significant event. Beware of the flowers. The flowers aren't always as sincere as they seem to be. Often they are a way to cover up a much deeper rooted issue, or to cover some sort of secret or thing they're not allowing to come to the surface. You need to embody the bear to get the rat to see through the flowers, not the trees. The flowers should scare you much more than the trees, because the flowers have a whole nother connotation. But you got a rat, you got a little nibbler running around, nibbling away at all your goodies and your assets and all your mwah-mwah-mwahs and your 4-2Ks and whatever else you got going on. It's penetrated every probably corner of your world, and probably knows a lot more than what you realise. So be very careful with that one. Let's continue now to the Wiccan. First card was the spell, manifestation, and it's time to manifest this, create this, bring it into fruition. But before we do, we better get the cauldron containment, contain the things we don't want and burn them to contain. Manifest. With the earth, we should be whole with the grounding, because we all need to be grounded when we work. Contain it, manifest, and do so very grounded, that earth energy. You know, it really is time to take control of your life, of your world, of your self. From this beautiful Wiccan deck, we have the cardinal points of the compass. You got the south point. The power of the south is exploration, investigation, and experience. It is the curiosity of the growing child who wants to find out about things. The south is a place of blossoming and unfolding as purpose becomes clear. It is also connected with trust and intuition, feelings and emotions. South is the direction to work with for growth and development. It is a place to consolidate ideas, to build on what was started in the direction of the east. South is the place of gathering experiences and learning from them. I love that. From the Islandtime Wellness, we had the camera. Reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past, make memories. I feel there is reflection coming through here with some tough reality, because we have not enough frustration in a relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotaging, fear, ego issues, jealousy. I feel like you really are pulling yourself up a little bit behind by going back into this memory state and asking yourself about a karmic relationship or connection, because then it's got fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you. So again, I think we're pulling it out from the past to bring it into the forefront now, so we can actually have some resolution and some real solace and some real healing and some real growth here. From the relationship sector, we had past life relationship. You have known each other before, and true love. This is romance of a lifetime. And I don't necessarily want to say this romance of a lifetime is with an actual partner. I feel like you have a relationship with someone that really is the relationship of a lifetime. And it is what, in some degrees, how you feel true love is. Not necessarily in a relationship setting, but in a chemistry, like moleculistic perception. Now the last two cards that I have for you, Group 2, and thank you so much everyone for joining me, Redsky here on Righteous Readings. Please leave a like if you'd like to, comment in the comment strip down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, theories and tidbits. But most importantly, hit the big red for Redsky, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell to all, so you'll be notified every time I upload content and you'll never miss a piece of content from me. Now, let's get your final piece of pie, and thank you, namaste, for joining me. Firstly, ask for help. Are you constantly giving to others yet rarely receiving what you need? Then it's time to ask for help. You're not Superwoman, so there's no need to do it all yourself. You have an army of angels on speed dial. Give them a call, communicate your needs, and learn to receive, dear one. When you're open to the help that's all around you, The universe provides assistance. Make sure to look for the signs. Once you ask for help, they'll start appearing. And lastly, listen. Are you talking more than you're listening? Do you finish other people's sentences for them? Shh. True connection is about how we make people feel and whether or not we're being open and present. Life is communicating with you, dear one. An important message is trying to get through. Let go of the fear of not being heard. You'll get a chance. For now, just listen. Listen to the words that are being said around you and the words you're telling yourself. Make sure you take notice, for intuition can speak, the softest of all, but carry the largest amount of knowledge and essential things that we need to know in this world. Group 2. Helpful healing and listening more freely. Be my advice to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. We will now trek on through to the group 3. How do you do? Group 3, that beautiful green stone. Oof. It's giving me my beautiful nana vibes, like that green emerald. Oof, I do like it. We will pick tarot now on the fly first, and then we will get into your oracle and additional messages. Here we go. Group 3, you ready? 1, 2, 3, batter up. Let's go. All right, group 3, green, let's do it. All right, group 3, the beautiful green. Let's find out what's coming in for your 5-month pick a card reading. Oh, yeah. And you got to be kidding me. Not again. Divine has gifted us 5 cards again. Every grouping. Now, straight away, these 2 8s are looking me beady in the eyes. Irene Major is the underlying energy for this whole beating drum of reading. It is the Chariot. See 2 3s here. There's some conflicting stuff coming through here, and a 5 of Cups underneath that. The Chariot is moving forward with forward movement and adversity through the pain of it, through the disdain of it, through the barrage of people coming against you. You're rockin' man, and you're flying off. Aliens be damned, honey. We're taking off here, and we are ground control. We're out of here. And you really are having adversity through this forward movement, through these challenges. You're pushing through, your head down, bum up, and you're making hasty, you're making way. Let's break it down the 5 months. So the first card you got is that 3 of Wands reversed. Now, no meaningful movement can come, I guess, unless you admit something is not coming in. And that's what you're doing here straight off the bat. 3 of Wands reversed is saying, no. I've waited due course. Maybe you're waiting for someone to pay you back. Maybe you're waiting for this new opportunity, someone to get back to you about relocating for a job or something. It could be many different things, but it's about coming to the realization that I will not give another minute, another moment. Sitting on this dock of a bay waiting for this tide, I'm just watching roll away. I'm not getting anything, wasting my desire, my passion, my time here. And with that comes some pain, because then we have the 10 of Swords. From that realization that we've got to walk away from stuff or give some shit up, it hurts. It's the 10 of Swords. This is real pain, being desolate, laid out for all to see. Maybe feeling a bit backstabbed, maybe feeling a bit used, but really not being able to take anymore. And the only good thing that I can give you from this card is the fact that this 10 is an ending of a cycle. So wherever you've been made to feel less than, bullied, used as a pawn and other people's social gossip, all of that's going to stop very soon. But first you've got to accept when things change, because then we have the 8 of Swords. Now the 8 of Swords is feeling imprisoned in your mind, feeling like people, places, things are out to get you, that you are entrapped, entangled in this, that you can't escape. And the thing with the 8 of Swords upright is the fact that these fears aren't reasonable. They're a little bit delusion-based or a little bit inaccurate. And they're leading you in your mental mind's eye to lead to some rather inaccurate decisions. Be very careful. because with inaccurate ideas and thoughts can come inaccurate decisions, and be very careful that you know what you know before you know it on someone else, because that can have real repercussions. Now, the last two cards are Pentacle cards, and I find this very interesting. We start with the Seven of Pentacles, which is where you go back to your income booklet and you realize that all your money, all your material asset maybe has not been as plentiful as what you thought it was. Joining from that is the Eight of Pentacles. This is them making that decision to head down, bum up, meticulously, methodically, and repetitiously bang out whatever you do for monetary means or career-based stuff, or going into a new venture and like really pounding it out, like really getting a bit out of breath here. And I think you're going to be too by the end of this reading and feeling a bit lightheaded. There's realizing there's a gap or a need for more and making the decision to make more by any means necessary and making that happen very swiftly. Instead of worrying about the fear of it, you're already in the scheme of creating a silver bullet for the issue altogether. Give me a moment just to refresh myself. I just feel absolutely slogged, like the horse just got flogged. Ladies and gentlemen, no, we've just gone for a slight change in location. I do apologise, it was getting a little hectic out there. And I'm going to continue with the meanings of the reading. So group 3, we're about to do your oracle portion now. So bear with me as we prepare to do so. Okay, so I'm going to reveal them, briefly explain what they are, and then we will go through them all a little bit more fully. Okay, let's just give you a little wizzy over here. Oops, no, just give me. Okay, all right, I think you like that. Firstly, from the Wiccan Oracle, we have Gus. No, Athena. No, it's not. It's Athame. Athame boundaries. And we have cloak, concealment. Ooh, the witch healer. That is giving me some serious vibes just there. Ooh, from the Wiccan Oracle, you got the celestial body Saturn. Oh, I love that. From the Island Time Wellness, we had photograph. Looking at your photos and missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. We then had cassette. Oh, are you serious? Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. And Bo, are you kidding me? Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issue. We have Saturn, the planet of like the father, the one of the rules, the karma. And you've got like a photograph and cassette, which is all nostalgia of the past. Wow. Relationship. Angels, we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And you deserve love. You are lovable. From the advice side, we got firstly decide. And then you did it. Now, the last piece, which is going to be the most important piece, is this piece. These are the Titanium Fortune cards. These are unlike any oracle or tarot. Sorry, you've ever seen before. They lend to their own storyline, and they really are a blended story of their own. So we're going to do these first because these are very important. The first card is the Star. The second is the Key. And the third is the Rider. Shit. Star's just that. Think of it like the tarot, I guess you could say, in some ways, because, you know, the star, hope, faith, renewed. But this is of yourself, not putting it outside of yourself and hoping for an entity or divine notion to come and, you know, click that like button. No, this is you. And it's about that belief of self, the 5 parts of self. Do you know what they are? Of course, 4 elements. Air, earth, fire, water. Air, earth, fire, water. But do you know what the 5th point, the top point? It's us. It's humanity, it's human awareness, it's consciousness. Because without consciousness, the air, the fire, the water, the earth, they would just be untamed and untamable. We are the thing that conducts all of that. And this is knowing that and believing that within yourself, creating that star, that envisionary, that you are because you think you are because you know you are. Hurrah. The second card is that key. Now this is very interesting because it's like when you're at the realization at that point, something is going to be gifted to you, some sort of knowledge and yet unheard or ever seen. You could also be gifted a physical actual key, but this is secrets being unlocked, things very much below, trapped down deep, coming to surface, revealing themselves and being unlocked, so to speak. And with the third and final card being the Rider. Wow, news coming in of a good variety. And if the news itself is not overly blisteredly bakeful in beautifulness, the Rider isn't bad with the eyes. Or the interaction is quite good. There is a sense of some sort of polishment here, refinedness, if you will. Sorry, I'm starting to suffer a bit of a chest infection. And I have not been able to get my asthma bronchitis mixture. I'm an asthma cough for quite some time. It's really giving me some issues today. So I've had these bouts of coughing fits. So I do apologise. It will probably be ongoing. So I haven't been smoking so many cigarettes, and I thought I'd do this very long reading to keep me busy. That's probably why I'm getting the rather nasty headache. So I think where you'll find as we go into the next three, the energy is going to be a lot different to this one. A lot different. The message for you is this, group 3. You are a star. You should know it, flaunt it, you are it. And with that comes a lot of responsibility, but also some sort of gifting of secrets unlocked, knowledge to be unhidden, or an actual physical key to something that is quite brilliant. With that comes great news, or advancement, or maybe someone that's rather nice on the eye. Either way, there is some sort of, I'm a star, I'm gifted, and I'm the rider. That song, I'm a rider. There we go. That would be your motto, I guess you could say. Let's get back into the reading now of the oracle cards. So with the weekend, we first have Athame for boundaries. So we need to set some boundaries here, and we need to make that quite clear. Cloak, concealment. I feel like that's why the boundaries are coming in. There has been some sort of cloaking or concealment going on, whether that's you been doing that or someone's been doing that to you, but that's where this unveiling is coming from. That's when these boundaries need to be enforced, because you know this has happened. Cat's out the baggie. And with that realization, I feel there must be much healing, because we have the witch healer. And I feel like not only are you healing yourself, perhaps trying to heal the wound itself, much further reaching than you. I want to say maybe you're doing actually something with animals, because the healer here, you know, nature and animals, got the bird there, but also with this rider with the horse. The rider is simultaneously one with the horse. So maybe there's some correlation here of you having an actual symbiotically relationship with an animal. And I totally get that. I've had that throughout my life too. I've got one going with a magpie at the moment. It's just... So I get that. I do totally get that. Been there. Am there. Not joking. But I feel like there is some sort of a connection here. A healing of sorts. And it's a process of both. Or oneself. to go through this. From the Wiccan Oracle, you got the celestial body of Saturn. Now, this probably really took me aside more than anything else, and everything did get my attention. Let's read it together. Saturn, named after the father of the Roman god, Jupiter, is the leveler or teacher. He teaches us life's lessons, that we are subject to the cycles and rhythms of nature as we move from one stage of life to the next. He is linked to structure, perseverance, responsibility, and the completion of a cycle. Many say the planet's position in the horoscope is connected with karma and past lives. His gentle magic works slowly, but it can be extremely powerful, so patience is needed. By drawing this card, you're invited to use the energies of Saturn when practicing magic for anything to do with old age, with establishing or breaking down boundaries or limitations, with clearing obstacles and restrictions, and with patience. This, I feel, is the theme, actually, of this whole beating drum. We need to be patient. We are subject of these cycles. And it can get really structured and it can get really, but with that comes powerful outcome through these structured, slow devices. It packs a mighty punch at the end. Let's continue now. Island Time Wellness. Photograph, looking at the photographs, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. And yes, I feel it's a very nostalgic, looking back, looking now, and replaying. Because we have our day thinking and conditioning, replaying events over one's head. I think you're realizing the way you thought it was and the way things are and the way they should be aren't maybe necessarily all matching up. It's coming to big people, adult realizations here. I feel there's a growing of the mind, of the truth that can be absorbed and understood here. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's a beautiful thing. The boat. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. And this is what comes from this growth mentally. Sorry, my voice is really tacked out for some reason. But this is what I want you to take from this as well, because this is ringing this in. From this comes that healing, or comes that resolve, which therefore brings that forward movement here through what you need through that progression, and it's arriving to that point, and therefore being able to close off that door, close off that path, and really move to a new chapter. We have, from the relationship, heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other, and to yourself, I feel, is a big message here. And you deserve love. You are lovable. I think you know this. You have much love in yourself. Just be careful that things, look at how those two cards look together like that, though, with that woman with the bow. That scares the EBGBs out of me. Honestly, that is giving me some real killer instinct vibes. The last two pieces of the pie for you, my beautiful group 3 with the green stone. Thank you so much, I wanted to say, for joining me. Redsky here on Righteous Readings. If you'd be so kind, you are more than welcome to leave a like, comment down below. I love to hear your thoughts, theories, tidbits, and just banter. But most importantly, if you would be so kind, hit the big red Redsky and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to also you know every time I upload content and view it. I'd love that. So let's get the last bits before we say our adieus. Decide. It's time to make a decision. Being on the fence drains your energy. No matter what you choose, it will be the exact right thing for your spiritual path. Channel your energy. Be decisive. Learn, grow, and decide. And I feel like that's when you make it, because you did it. Hooray, success is here or just around the corner. You've worked hard and your efforts are paying off. Congratulate yourself and truly savor your fantastic victory. Just remember that success comes in cycles. So we can't be at the top of our game 24/7. We succeed, celebrate, rest, renew, and succeed again. Know where you are in the journey. You did it before and you'll do it again. A cycle. Let's see the cycles. You just need to choose that you want to participate. I need to get some fluid. There's a decision here. Once you decide, You're no longer on the fence. You're committed. That commitment brings in almost like this Earth of Capricornian energy of due diligent force. Like I said, there is much energy of powerful outcome here. Group 3. I love this. I love this. This is succession beyond success. This is pulling in the heavy weight of the outcome of what you're going to succeed in. And it's abundance. It will be. You just need to go at it hard now with due diligence. Group 3, I wish you all the very, very best of luck to each and every single one of you. And I cannot wait to see you in the new year. Till then, I wish you all well. Namaste. Take care. Blessed be and bless you all. Thank you. We will now move on to group 4. Indeed. 4? Yes, 4. Blue stone. Pretty. You're next to be dissected, I guess you could say, here with me. Rescue. So let's work it out. We're not going to be able to work that out. All right. It's there somewhere. Let's pull tarot, then look at the oracles that were in your pile and find out what's going on from now to the end of 2023's year. Here we go, yeah. Okay, so let's continue now with the 4th grouping and keep kicking on through as it is getting quite late in the evening now. Group 4, the beautiful blue stone. We are going to do you now. Pull the tarot first. Then we'll go to your oracle messages. Reiterate all that juicy goss of what's coming in from now to year's end of 2023. Here we go, group 4. All right, group 4, let's not delay anymore and find out your messages from now in August till the year's end for group 4, that beautiful blue stone. And that is a beautiful stone. Let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that is a beautiful stone there. It's absolutely divine. The 4th grouping, please, the beautiful blue stone. Oh, flipping the discs out. Okay. Group 4. Okay. Interesting. All right. So I get you. I'm following you here. All right. Oh, a bit of a crazy tangent this one. We've got a few major arcana here too, so this is why we're going to have to take exceptional skill in our listening department for this one, because there's going to be much and many information for a pick a card reading. I'll try and keep it as simple as I can, but there's quite a few storylines here coming through. The underlying energy so far, though, for this whole 5-month period, is the Hierophant reverse. This is Taurus's major arcana, but underneath that is the Lovers. This is Gemini's major. Now, there's some sort of connection, whether that's marriage, spirituality, just belief system, core fundamentals, whatever that is for you personally. It's causing some issue in a relationship and or partnership. It doesn't have to necessarily be love as in a mate like that. It could be a friend, it could be your children, it could be many other real deep, meaningful relationships. But this is coming to a realization that the way, if it's your child, for example, you brought them up, this is not like the way it was done, like to believe this or to go down this path. It's a bit like, you know, you gave them all the tools, all the lessons, and they're still going to go into the big bad forest. It's like, I told you not to do that because there's wolves out there. But they want to go exploring on their own, perhaps. Or maybe this is just you coming to a realization, group 4, that you don't want to, you're not in resonation with something, or you trusted a counselor or someone of higher, someone that you put in high regard, and it really led you astray. Let's look at these 5 months. So we start off with the Hermit reverse. This is Virgo's major arcana. This is a sense of really crutching on other people's ideals, opinions, using them as a real security blanket, and maybe even for monetary security and or housing and or But this is not going at it alone. This is really needing to emulsify ourselves, sort of in that around us. From that Hermit reverse, we do carry with us the Six of Wands. You know, this is coming back from a time away perhaps, or coming into a public view, a public standpoint from maybe other people's points of view that you followed, or some sort of political, or some sort of where you've had to bind or bond with others, which has led you into a position of public acknowledgement or public investment, or in the public sphere, or just by the consensus of the people around you. But from this appreciation or these accolades or whatever it be for you, there comes a lot of anxiety for you in your head, group 4, with this Eight of Swords. You start to feel imprisoned in your mind. You feel like you cannot. You might even be feeling like creatively or idealistically stifled at this time. Like any type of meaningful connection with your artistic realm is like non-accessible during this time. Or there just could be these thoughts in your head like everyone's out to get you. Maybe it's a bit of paranoia. I've got to say that with the Eight of Swords upright, there is a sense here always with these fears aren't reasonable. They are a bit delusional based, or they are a bit fed by misconception or misinformation, for example. Because especially coming in behind that, we have this Knight of Swords reverse. So this is really acting in a way of inaction, or maybe not being able to move or bring in any action. There's lacking in any, forward movement or gusto. There's just a sense of stagnancy or non-standpoint. And then when we have these last two cards that came in together, the Wheel of Fortune reversed with the Emperor. Two majors, the Emperor, Aries major. Now this tells me you've got to get it off your own back ×2, because the Wheel of Fortune reverse is bad sequence, bad events, luck not going in your favor, really being pubbled with a lot of bad circumstance, bad events, things that would never happen. All 5 things will happen in the one night. Like, it's just crazy coincidences of like the bad shit sort. So you're going to have to really embody this Aries energy of this Emperor, where you command it no matter what's thrown at it. You meticulously, methodically maneuver masterfully with master grace any issue, humpy, bumpy, fringy fucking thing in the road. And you do so gracefully and effortlessly and authoritatively, because you're the Emperor. You're the one everyone goes to for the answer. You command it. You are it. You are the masculine that brings in what needs to be brought in. Whether that's food, favor, or result. Maybe that's why this underlying energy of this relationship's not going so well, because you don't just wear the pants, you are it all. Maybe the other person feels stifled by your authoritative connection to any situation. Don't know how it all ties together. But let's go to the second part now, which is all your oracle cards. We're going to briefly explain and then go through the explanations and try to pin where it's all at. So from the Wiccan Oracle, we start with the Watchtower of the North, winter season, which I am in Australia, so it is our winter here. Lord God, the masculine. Now, isn't that interesting? Because the Emperor is the male masculine. And Beltane, fertility. Oh, could be a baby involved here with the masculine energy. Something to do with your winter. From the Wiccan. I'm rocking. Oh my God. I mean, You got the celestial body, the moon. Now that is incredible because that is the mother. Moon is the mother, the sun is the father. Ooh, let's look at the Island Time Wellness cards now. So first we have the Snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder. The other woman, oh, darlings. Axe, oh shit, breakup, separation. Stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. The golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissistic, one-sided relationship, love bombing. My God, what kind of a SOB is this? Healing family issues, okay. All right, your love life benefits when you forgive your parents and we have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this going. Then from the good messages we have notice the blessings. God, where? No wonder. And share your gifts. Now, these are the Titanium Fortune cards. These are a storyline of their own. They're not exactly oracle. They're not exactly tarot. But they do lend to a storyline all on their own. So we're going to do them first because these are a message unlike any other. The first card's the moon. The fish. Wow. And the letters. Oh, wow. This is brilliant. I know you're all probably sitting there going, why is she so excited by a fish, a letter, and a moon? Because these are brilliant cards and when put together, they're very good. Now, the moon really made me die on spot because your celestial body is the moon. And as I was saying before, the moon is the mother. It affects our mood, sleep. It does a lot of things. But this, in this deck, it's about a magical weaving moment. This is an invitation, an opportunity. Like when the moon goes through its cycles, there is something that is coming to a phase or to a stage that is of pivotal importance. And I can't stress that enough. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and or thing. Now, this could be like a 50th birthday. This could be a wedding celebration. This could be a birthing of a child. It could be 1,001 things in the world that are a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and or event. But this particular one is where you're being invited to, and it's of absolute importance. Because then comes the fish. This is money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Fish is very lucky, and it's all about the cash stream and the flow of money. And honey, when you got the fish from this event and or moving forward from it, I feel like there's some sort of tie within these moon cycles. You're going to become inundated with money opportunities and money abundance. Third and final, the letters. Now, this is exactly like it's depicted. This is information, news, a letter coming in of great importance, an invitation, an offering here. And I feel like it's like winner, winner, chicken dinner times 3. Like this is some elusive offering. Sort of contractual thing that's going to come out of this. Like you're going to be able to sign the dotted line. It's going to be all yours, Georgie Pie. All right. Exciting. All right, group 4, let's keep on going. So with them, we had that Watchtower of the North. So I feel like winter, the season, that is definitely something here in that. The God, the Lord, is the masculine. I feel like there you go. It's all in regards to a masculine energy with that Emperor's card supported that. And Bellatane, which is about fertility. And I feel like it's something to do with the masculine energy and possibly an offspring of, therefore, of, or something to do with this masculine energy coming of age or fertility of their own. Lots of things around that. But this Wiccan card that you got, the celestial body, the moon, this is insane. I love this because, listen. Mystery, magic, and ever-changing, the moon affects the mood, dream, and sleep patterns, mental health, germination, and the growth of crops, tidal flows of the oceans, weather patterns, and women and fertility. The moon is intimately linked with magic weaving, and understanding her phases is an essential part of natural magic. By drawing this card, you're invited to use the energies and the silvery light of the moon when practicing magic to strengthen psyche or develop dreaming powers to enhance meditation or for any inner work. So to bring on an amplification. Now, this I'm not going to read too much into because it's got a storyline of its own. That Snake, which is about, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, looking over your back, that axe needing to break away from something, and the Golden Mirror, which is a self-obsessive, narcissistic. If you've got one of these, get away from it. And if you're doing this to someone else, please just stop it. I feel like there's much healing that needs to be done here with the family issues card. And this unrequited love. I feel like there's a need to love oneself, heal oneself, start from there. Notice the blessings and be thankful. Gratitude puts us in a position of having instead of wanting, thanking rather than complaining. When we focus on what we already have and take stock of our blessings, we get more blessings. So what are you grateful for? Share it with others today. Exactly. And funny thing, share your gifts. Your creativity, positivity impacts the world. It's ripe and beauty and innovation. It's ripe with beauty and innovation. Everyone benefits from your art, especially you. Get to know your talented inner muse. Nurture your vision, your unique gifts, and as they're meant to be shared. Well, I think that's, notice the blessings, be thankful, take stock of it, and then get in that creative flow. I think that's where you're lacking. That's where the lustering is. Maybe it's the lack of connection, therefore, because you've lost your path to your sensual self of what that really needs. The juice of pure inner joy through artistic endeavor, creative, manifesting nature. 2 more groupings to go. As we now go to the 5th grouping. 5th. 5. You're alive. Johnny, the orange. Now, this is beautiful. This beautiful stone is just so gorgeous. Like, how can you deny that? It is beyond spectacular. So, I'm going to pull the tarot portion for you now on the spot. And then we will look at your oracle portion and see exactly what we've got for the next 5 months. 3 of Swords reverse one to come out, but we're not ready yet. We will in a moment. All right, Group 5, the orange stone. What do we have coming in for Group 5? From now, August, till the year's end of 2023. Yeah, the 3 of Swords came out, but it's upright this time. What do we have coming in for Group 5, the orange stone, please? From August till the end of the year 2023 for the 5th and final grouping. No, not the final grouping, sorry. The 5th grouping. Orange stone from now to year's end of 2023. From now to the end of the year for this 5th. I see where you're going with this. All right, we've got a little bit of a storyline inside a storyline. Which I love a storyline inside a storyline, but this does take some time to therefore reiterate all this message. So you're going to have to be patient with me because some of this is kind of what I just said in the last grouping, but it's not as well. There's similar, but not. It's like it's a similar set of circumstances, but a whole different storyline kind of thing. So if you pick Group 4, the blue stone, you're going to see what I mean in a moment. But we're looking at 8 cards here. 4x4. The first has 2 majors, but the second grouping has 3. Signs I have is Virgo, Aries, Aquarius, and the Sun rulership is the planetary ruler of Leo. And, August, we are in Leo season, Leo gate. Lion gate is happening pretty much now as I'm speaking. There's a lot of Leonic energy fluffing around in the stratosphere. At this time, I need that cup. Group 5, let's kick back through it. So in that pre-shuffle, we had the 3 of Swords reverse come out, and we had it again in the storyline come through in its upright this time. The 3 of Swords. Now, we all know where that's at. That's heartbreak, that's real loss, that's real pain, which now has just happened, I feel. It's in regards to a masculine man, maybe very mature, but very, very analytical, very, very, probably is one of the best in their field. This is an individual that's very masterful, and I feel like this has been a big break. I feel like you may have relied a lot on this person, or you're needing to rely on other people now. It's like a crutching energy, the Hermit reverse. It's like not standing on your own two legs, not making your own opinions, giving away your power, and not changing this attitude, because then after that it's the World reverse. This is like these cycles are still ongoing. This system has not ended. It's an imperfect cycle. It's incorrect, but it is still ongoing. But I feel like from this incorrectness, there becomes a bit of rightness in the way of redirection, because then we have the Emperor card, and this is where it follows a little bit from before. Aries Major, this is you getting in that authoritative state of commanding that energy, taking your throne back, I guess you could say, in the reins, and really redirecting this to where you're managing it, you're getting the action done, it's course corrected. And with that comes hope again, I feel, with the Star. Aquarius is Major. With that comes, realization of faith renewed and spirituality, or just, hope in general. And from that bores great gifts. The Ace of Wands, a fresh new beginning or endeavor, something creative, something inventive, something desire-filled, something that's you've always wanted to do. And my God, it's going to work brilliantly. The Sun, this is happiness, fulfillment, wishes granted. This is really you finding the solace and the sun's light in every part, crack and crevice of your life. Like these 4 cards, like the way it started looks so scary. But then first 4, but these second 4, my God, I want to just put it on my wall and show mama. You know what I mean? Like, this is the result of life or any circumstance that we want to see. The Emperor, the Star, the Ace of Wands, and the Sun. Because this is beautiful progress and self-management, believing in faith, and starting that fresh new seed, that beginning adventure, having the balls to jump off and go for it, and grabbing it by the long and nasties and owning the and loving every minute of every moment, and not worrying about it. The underlying energy was that Ace of Swords reverse. My only warning with this reading is always speak your truth. Lead forward with force of truth, with honesty, transparency, and really let your mind lead you. Don't get confused, don't second guess, don't lie and duplicate, manipulate, or do anything underhanded. Keep it true to form, to action, to voice, and follow through thereof. Group 5, let's look at them. Oracle now. Okay. Alright, let's look at it and then I'll explain it. So from the Wiccan Oracle, we had first the High Priest or High Priestess, the Responsibility card. We had Yule, Rebirth. And the Tarot cards, Guidance. I love that. From the Wiccan Oracle, you had the Season of Spring. Wonderful. From the Island Time Wellness, you had the Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. Ooh. Soulmates, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. And Heart with the Key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. Relationship, we got, separation, time apart with your partner is on the horizon. Chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Beautiful advice. We had accept compliments and tell the truth. Now these are the Titanic fortune cards. They aren't exactly oracle. They're not exactly tarot, but they do lend to a storyline of their own. So we're going to start with them because they are exactly that, a storyline of their own. So let's look. First card is the Clouds. Your second is the Mountain. And the third is the Scythe and or Sickle. The Scythe. This is not good. The Clouds are that of warning of conflict, of rough times coming and needing to see that silver lining. I feel like there's much dread and much worry around this, and it's a big issue. It's a mountain. It's something that is so hard to surmount. And you're looking at it from every option and every
and only one seems to come to mind, the Sith Sickle. And this is needing to cut, straight break away from someone, to literally scythe it out, to just cut it out, cut them out. It's a break or be broken. It is really, if you don't do it, it's going to absolve you. It's going to take you down. It's fight or flight, honey. This is real sense of, in the heart's beating. It's like I have a responsibility to myself. I have a responsibility to everyone else. There's a sense of wanting to run, not being able to. There's a sense of almost like suffocation or energy here, of like not being able to breathe. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I hear sirens now in the background. So it's a lot. I feel like it's all leading up to a rebirthing of sorts from one life. You are becoming the butterfly, going through chrysalis. You're going through this stage of just total transformation, and you're coming out a different thing, person, place, whatever. And it's the way it should have been to begin with. It's like a most brilliant course correct like ever. It's like brilliant. this much about the cycles, the flow, and the rotation of it all. And I feel for you guys, it's in its cycle, it's not ready yet, and it's not happening yet. But it's in the process. It's in the wash, as my mother would say. Now the important story, the titanium vodka. Okay, group 5, the orange stone. First we had the anchor, then we had the letters, and then we had the house. The anchor, like stopping ships from floating away at sea, anchors them. It's their security, it's that safety net, I guess you could say, that anchors them. It keeps them grounded, stops them from getting carried away. And I'm seeing there is a big anchor that you need in your life right now, and you're really clinging to it. Someone that grounds you, solidifies you, makes you feel extremely comfortable and extremely secure. The letters. News is coming, either in written form or some sort of contractual thing is coming in. But this is very important news. For most of you, I want to say it's about a house. Buying, renting, selling. Contract about an inheritance in regards to the family home. Contract in regards to the family home of some sort of degree, or something to do with something in paper, documentation in regards to the home, a home, family home, past home, sold home. And this was something that you saw as a real security fixture in your life, group 5. Because the anchor is in you, something that really grounded you, solidified you. Some sort of news changing that around that, whether it's gaining or losing. Because it can go either way. Because there's a sense here of needing to be secure while the tide is trying to take you away. And I don't really like that. It's a very unpleasant feeling. It's like trying to grab a hold of when you know you're just going to be shackled out into season. There may be a need to really secure your home in regards to someone trying to take it or take you to court over some sort of legality, grab over a home or a mortgage deal. That's smoky, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to get my fish, because trying to get my fish, my black Warren goldfish to the stage left there. We only have one grouping left. The 6th and final grouping for this never-ending picker card round that I started yesterday, and now it's gone on for 2 days, and I'm exhausted. Look how long my hair is grown in this time. Just chill. Alright, let me grab the last pile, last stone, and let's just get this shit done.
Okay guys, so we are now going to do that 6th and final grouping. Finally, the Blackstone, we are on the 3rd day now of this reading. We are going to do it now, group 5. I do believe we did end up doing your titanium cards last night. I know, I've gotten up very late in the day. So that's group 6 now for the next 5 months from now till the year's end for this Blackstone. Messages for group 6, final grouping of this round. Thank you so much for being so patient, and I hope you enjoyed this content. Group 6, the Blackstone. Group 6. Group 6. Blackstone. What messages from now to year's end? 2023 year. The storyline there of its own. Okay, lots of majors. The World, Death, Scorpio, the Sun reverse, Leo, the Chariot, Cancer, the Magician, Mercurian energy, the Devil reverse, Capricorn. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 majors out of 8 cards, 9 if you include the underlying energy for the 5-month current, which is the 5 of Pentacles. Underneath that is 10 of Pentacles reverse. Destitution, loss, being pushed out and cold. 5s are always at a conflict and issue. And I'm seeing this is a very conflictual issue. Let's break it down for this 5-month period that we're going to be facing Group 6. The Queen of Wands, being the desired one, very beautiful, very invested in those around them. They are the life of the party. They really bring a lot of flair and creative opinion or way of going about things. I'm seeing for this individual, which is in many ways you, a lot of things are wrapping up. In fact, they are completely finishing. The world is literally coming into its end of cycle here. Things are wrapping up, completing. There's a sense of needing appreciation. For some of you, this is a trigger warning right now. What we're going to discuss in a minute is going to be hard to hear. I don't like getting this sort of news, but I can only read what's on the cards. For some of you, your time with a person is coming to an end. And when I say an end, I don't mean one where we can regain that connection ever again in this lifetime. Because the next card is the Death card. So I'm seeing a womanly connection here, or a very motherly, nurturing kind of person who's having a lot of things close out in their life, but one most important thing is a connection. A death. Now this could be remembering an anniversary of someone that has passed, or dealing with grief. I don't like giving news like this. For others of you, I feel through this world process of things closing out, it's going to give you time to rebirth new things that were once dormant and dead or deceased into life again, a rebirthing of such. I wish I could give that message first, but the reason why I don't and go that other route more firmly is because of the next card, it's the Sun reverse. Whatever this process that's happening of ending and death or rebirth, either way of the coin it flips, it's not leading to any real true happiness. You're very thankful and grateful and but are you truly happy? Are you really truly feeling like you are blessed? Are you truly thankful? Are you truly content? I feel like the answer to those questions would be no. But change is coming, because then we push off with the Chariot, Cancer's major. And this is exactly that. This is the adversity, the push off and up and onward, dear Rocket Man, into wherever we need to go, having that adversity to go beyond space and barrier, and to go through it, to learn from it, and to gain much momentous traction and action from it. But maybe not all is as it seems, because then we have the Magician reverse, and he's the trickster. He's very low-key energy, in both sense, low-key as well as low-key, L-O-K-I, as in that bashful little individual that's very cheeky and trickerous. The Magician reverse is very tricky. He's the trickster. It's all in the imaging. It's all very, look over here why I sleuth from here, and this trickster, I feel is doing these things because he's trying to escape from something. The Devil reverse, trying to deshackle from things that have been really putting them in a subordinate position or mannerism. And when they start to deshackle from these things, they start to get some movement. The Four of Swords reverse. This is forward movement, especially mentally or intellectually, but it's in a very cautionary, guarded way. Look it out, feel it out before you make the move, because there is a sense of a needing to be careful, needing to be managed, needing to be secure, and to be protected here, shielded. So I know there's a lot here. let's go back through it again quickly. You're the Queen of Wands, so I'm very giving, very gifted, very desirable, very desired. He's having a lot of things close out in their lives, cycles are ending, things are completing. And maybe things are really ending, or maybe things are rebirthing. But it's definitely finalised. And some of this is not making one very happy or very... I feel like they've found their space and place in this one. And are thankful for that in wholehearted sincerity. But we're making movement, having adversity, pushing through any of the disdain or discomfort, and going to grounds unknown. And we might have to be using a bit of trickery to do that. But we are ultimately trying to de-shackle from things that aren't good for us. And once we do that, we can move forward in a very cautionary, guarded advancement, but nevertheless forward. But beware of that desolation. It's at the bottom of that deck. The oracles that were pulled before. Let's go through them and find out what we got. So we have the air imagination, Marbone balance, staff stability. From the Wiccan, you had the celestial body of Uranus, or Uranus, however you want to say it. The coffin, how interesting. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. Death card. Palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. It's very forceful reverse. Lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, apathy, upheaval, transformation. It's very much the Tower. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. Attraction, you attract romantic love by entering this moment fully. Then we have a new day. It's time to rise. And finally, the most important piece, Titanium fortune cards that are a storyline of their own. So we start with them as they really are to start. We have the child, the man, and the dog. Child, man, dog. Okay. Loyalty. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Loyalty and connection for your kin, for your partner, and for your best friend. The three things in life that you find most important. Child, the man, and the dog. Child can also be a throwback from times long since past. Missing. But this is really trippy. It's like the triad of best things in life. Children, your partner, your best friend. Stability, balance, and imagination. The child normally is about your children or a throwback to when you were a child. A man figure could either be a partner or a father, or both perhaps. The dog is a loyal best friend who always is there for you when needed. I feel like these are all masculine, like even the dogs are masculine. So it's very strange. If you have children, I feel like they're giving you some troubles at the moment. You need to pay a lot of attention to it, but I feel like there's a masculine energy in here that is also needing of some attention. I feel like someone's time is running out. You want to be loyal. You want to be the best friend. You want to be there for them always. But you can't be everywhere at once. These cards have tripped me out a little bit, I've got to admit. I'm going to put this aside, we'll come back if I have anything else to say about it. So we had the air, imagination, Marbo, balance, stuff, stability. I feel like these are the three fixtures you're trying to bring in. Imaginated ideas, balance with stability. So you can stand on your own two feet. It's like the three recipes of life that you need to have fun. Imagine it, bring balance to it, and then make it stable and stabilize it. And then do that endlessly. The celestial body, Uranus, named after the Greek god of the sky, Uranus is unique in our solar system in that it rotates on its side. It is somewhat appropriate then that this unusual planet is associated with eccentricity, radicalism, originality, intuition, and inventiveness. Uranus is a planet that rules chaos, so it is linked to rebellion, anarchy, and the unexpected, but it's also linked to freedom, unusual choices, and risk. Very low-key energy, isn't it? Drawing the sky during fires to use the energies of Uranus when practicing magic for fresh beginnings, for spontaneity, for taking risks and stepping into the unknown, and for change and reform. Reform, hey? Break down the barriers that were to rebuild something that's anew. Now, this cough and palm trees and lightning. There is a real sense of something ending, changing the world, the death. For something secure or some sort of opulence through security and stability. But it can only come through sudden change, shock, upheaval, surprise. Otherwise it has no effect. It's like a transformation has to occur first. So remember to love yourself. So when you do, everything else flows through. I feel like you're attracting a lot of things at the moment. No day. Let go of what was in order to make room for what's to come. It may be time to release a relationship that has run its course, a job that has lost its luster, or a depleting commitment. Past is over, what's done is done. Acknowledge the feelings. Acknowledging the feelings, learn from the experience, and give yourself permission to release any negative emotions or guilt. When one area of our life falls apart, new opportunities fall into place. That's your reading summed up in one card. It's time to rise. No matter what's happening in our lives, we always have the potential to rise above it. Rising is one powerful choice away, rising out of our negative thoughts or our limiting beliefs, or rise out of our comfort zone or our complaints, rise out of our slump or out of the potato chip bag. Get up and rise. What are you waiting for, darling? I think that sums up perfectly what I couldn't say into words. Done and dusted. Group 6.